What's good, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony, aka the Sender to Chaos and Controversy. So I know I said before that I don't entertain jumping on the bandwagon of covering things that are trending, you know. But in this case, I'm gonna say I'm gonna make an exception. Now, by now, I'm sure many of you are fully aware of this viral video of this baby mama trying to exploit or put her baby daddy on blast for the simple fact that he brought his child and his child alone McDonald's and excluded her other kids that weren't his. Okay. And she felt that she was validated by posting it all on social media just so she can get the public perception to side with her and look at him some kind of way. Okay. Before I go any further, I'm going to say this. There was a reason why I said fuck Facebook. Simply because Facebook was an arena for toxic, drama infested individuals that put their business and everybody else's business out there for the whole world to see. And that caused a lot of problems beyond what it was worth. Okay. I know I started to become a victim of that nonsense, of that bullshit. And I said, you know what? I deleted my account. I just let the account expire on other whatchamacallit accounts that I had open, and said fuck it, fuck Facebook. And for a while people were like, Tony, where are you? Where did you go? What happened? I said simply for the simple fact, I don't do drama. I don't. I can't entertain stupid shit. For the fact that when people get to a certain point in their age, you're supposed to act like an adult. You're supposed to act like you got a sense of maturity about you. But as we come to see with the examples that are placed before us, that isn't so in many cases. People thrive on just showing their ass and acting like they ain't got an ounce of sense. And want people to sit there and validate that behavior as it being acceptable. Anyway, to get back to the story. So, she went on this whole rant, trying to make him look like he was this, that, and the other. And all it did, looking at a lot of the feedback, that she just made herself look like an ass. And then turned around and exposed herself even further by showing who she was. And then try to validate the video that went viral, which made it even worse. I'm going to put it simply like this. You have men who neglect their children, don't give a damn about their children, or they want to have a relationship of some type with their children, but because of toxic women like the example that is placed before you that we see here, is the reason why they avoid contact with the children altogether. And is it wrong? Yes. But is it understandable? To a certain degree. And the person in the situation like this that is affected the most is the child. To say that this man was selfish kind of contradicted her actions, because what she did by taking the McDonald's and just throwing it on the ground made her look like the biggest asshole that there ever was to walk God's green earth. That child was probably looking forward to spending time with his father or getting that McDonald's from his dad, and she just wrecked that whole experience. because she wanted to prove a point. A lot of the times, you have to be the bigger person. Despite whatever opinion you have, despite how you strongly may feel about something, the bottom line when it comes down to it is the child. That man, if you guys are not in a relationship anymore, his obligation to your other children is null and void. His main priority is the child that he had with you. The buck stops there. He doesn't pay child support for your other kids. He doesn't pay for medical, daycare, and all that other stuff for your other kids. His obligation and his responsibility is to that child that he had with you, not the other ones. The other ones, you have baby daddies and fathers that you had got into a relationship with them. Those are their responsibilities. Get on their ass for not bringing food, because I didn't hear her mention not once that Tico, Kendrick, Lamar, that their fathers, whatever, bring food for all of them. Not once did I hear that being mentioned. Where are they at? Because the only one that shows up, and it's funny how it never fails. It never fails. The ones that are the promising, the responsible ones, are the ones that always get the shit end of the stick. They end up getting the most grief for stepping up and doing what they're supposed to, and it ain't never enough. And it's understandable why they are no longer together. Because she was probably the end result as to why that relationship came to a fucking halt. Because you could see the toxic behavior that she had put on display for everybody to see. And then try to justify it. That woman clearly got fucking issues. Without question. I'm going to say this in closing because I'm not making this a long video, because I think this got too much attention than what it deserved. And I understand, there was people's points of views that they wanted to get out there, and pretty much it was in support of him, not her. And I can agree with that. But it goes back to what I've experienced when it came to when I started dating my daughter's mother's friend who lived directly next door to her. And this came after I got served papers by the sheriff saying that I needed to go to court because my daughter's mother's boyfriend at the time was beating her ass and was putting his hands on my daughter. Okay. So I had to go to court, see if she was capable of taking care of the kids, whatever, if she was stable, whatever. And I said, she made a poor choice in who she chose to be with, but to punish her any further, I don't think it is right, whatever. But being that my daughter's mother wasn't the brightest of all bright, and chose to go back with this idiot after the whole shit done died and settled down, I figured, okay, I'm going to move next door just so I can keep an eye on things. Okay. So when I wasn't working, I was looking not only after my daughter, but I was looking after her other kids as well. There was one particular day where after they done came home from work, I said point blank, I want to have time with my daughter alone. I said my responsibilities and my obligations isn't to your other kids. I don't mind watching them when you guys are at work. It's fine or whatever. But when you guys get off, I want to be able to spend time one-on-one with my daughter. And I have that right. Okay. This asshole feels that he want to sit there and put stipulations and call the shots and tell me under what circumstances I'm able to see my daughter. Told me that, oh, I don't get to see my daughter unless the other kids get to come over. Who the fuck are you? So, as an end result, that ended up in a fight, ended up whooping his ass, his stepson's ass, and my daughter's mother wanted to get in on the action, and she got dealt with too. No, I didn't beat her ass, but pretty much she was put in her place. Okay? And everybody told her she was wrong. Again, when it comes to my kids, I don't fuck around. Needless to say, this was the same person who I ended up putting in the hospital because he tried to throw hot grease on me. And that shit backfired. And he ended up getting arrested. And he ended up going to jail for some time. Okay. With that being said, I was no longer with my daughter's mother. My responsibility, because of and due to the fact that I'm paying child support, I have every right to see my daughter. Not another man is going to step in and start telling me under what circumstances that was going to happen. And for her to sit there and allow that shit, nah, you got me all the way fucked up. But needless to say, they aren't together no more. As a matter of fact, a mutual friend of ours that witnessed the whole situation on both occasions, that's the person who she's married to now, whatever. And they got their own issues. But I could tell you these stories. I could tell you these stories and I could tell you these experiences of mine. And it is to paint a picture and to kind of prove a point, so to speak. But in light of all that, you don't know, number one, what my kids' mothers look like. Number two, you don't know their names. You just know they exist and that I have kids by them. And if there's a story to be told, I'll tell the story. But other than that, I'm not putting them on blast by putting their picture out there or making videos with them. How does that look on my part? And this will be a prime example. My son's mother, my son who I have custody with, she out there running the streets doing shit she ain't supposed to be doing. What would it look like for me to go and just bring her picture up, put it on blast? Catch her in the act of doing something that she ain't supposed to do, that she ain't supposed to be doing. Recording her and make a TikTok video about it. Whatever grievances I have with my kids' mothers is between me and my kids' mothers, not the whole fucking world. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. I hope all is well with everyone. I hope everyone's safe. For those that are tuning in, if you're checking out this video, please hit the like button, hit the share button. Give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Give me your input in the comment section. And yeah, you already know how I do this. Peace.